All right, me in about the last 25 minutes trying to get him set up, Hangouts, and he should shortly be on here. Shortly be on here. Hey, Lee, hi. So this is Google Hangouts to record it on YouTube Google Hangouts. This isn't the right program we're on right now. So if you go to that email, you should be able to click on that link that I sent you, and it will bring you to the right spot. If you go to your email and click on that link that I sent you, it will bring you to the live broadcast Hangout.
Should I hang up now, please?
Yes, go to your Gmail account or your BYU account and click on that link that I sent you.
Close this and do it again.
Oh, I hear you. There you are.
Good.
All right. So this is the live broadcast that we have to record each week so that we can show what we've been talking about and everything. And this program here will also allow us to share screens and interact better than on just the video app.
Okay.
So let me see about sharing my screen, or actually, you want to share your screen?
Yeah, I can do that. Well, I don't know how to do that, but
So if you look at the top left of your screen, there's a little green screen with an arrow.
okay, I see it.
Everybody in the group, what you're looking at.
Okay.
Here, I'll share mine with you so you can see. So go ahead and click on me and you'll see my screen.
Okay,
So-
I'm seeing your screen.
So do you see this little green
Yeah.
box right here?
Okay.
That's the one to share your screen. Let me just kind of give you a little quick tutorial here while we're doing this. But so if I go me open up a new one here. Go to byui.edu. I'm in a hotel working right now, so my internet's not very fast. All right, Math 221A.
Right.
So week 2, as I told you, are my today, so I'm a little bit behind. But lesson 2, due date 1 is our individual prep and our group meeting and quiz, as well as the homework and quiz. Oh, I'm sorry. No, that's just these 2. So these are the 2 we need to get done today.
Right. So I think we should work on the group meeting and quiz.
Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm going to share my screen, or I'm going to let you share your screen with me because you've already gone through it, correct?
I went through the first one, the individual preparation, and we are supposed to work together on the group. Okay, let me check. I think I know how to do it now.
Yeah, let me stop screen sharing, and then I will, you should be able to share now.
Are you
All
seeing
right,
my
I can
screen?
see what, uh-huh.
Okay, let's start. Lesson 2, group meeting. Meet with your group using Google Hangouts to discuss any questions you have on part 2 of the individual preparation assignment. So, are you recording already?
I am, yeah.
Okay.
Or
So,
let me double check actually.
do you have this? Well, let's go to this.
Yep. Individual.
So, are you seeing my screen?
Yeah, it looks like it's blank right now. Oh, there we go. So actually, while we got that screen open, let me, while you got that screen open, let's go ahead and send a mass email to everybody because I only have Timothy and you on my emails, and the other 2 people haven't responded, but we have their Gmail addresses there. So let's send that out and say, hey, we're meeting right now still if anyone else is available.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. Okay. Just sent that out. So if anyone's still able to come on, maybe they'll join us here.
Okay, good idea. So let's see. Are you ready to continue?
So let's go over with what questions you had, and we can try to figure them out together.
Okay, so we were supposed, according to this, says meet with your group using Google Hangouts to discuss any questions you have on part 2 of the individual preparation. This is the individual preparation. This is part 2.
So I'm at part 2 right now, the experiments part. Do we want to go over that together, or do you have any notes or anything?
Well, I printed the reading, and we are supposed to determine the sampling method. Okay, so look, let me see if I can have it. These are the sampling methods.
I don't see anything on your screen right now. I only see the lesson 2 group meeting.
Okay, let me know when you see it. There are 5 sampling methods. Are you seeing my screen now?
Yeah, I see your screen, but it just shows the business statistics group meeting page, due date 1. Do you have more than one screen?
No, only one.
I don't know. It's
I'm supposed to be sharing lesson 2.
here, let's oh, I am presenting.
You're presenting. Let me see, what are you?
Here, I'll screen share it. So here's number 2, lesson 2, video part 2. Experiments, 2 minutes.
From the math department, and this is a continuation of lesson 2. And this will be a short video for part 2 dealing with lesson 2, and it's basically dealing with design of experiments. There's a few vocabulary terms that you should understand about design experiments. First of all, what are the subjects? The subjects are basically the persons or objects in the study. The response variable is the variable of interest, and then treatment groups is the variables that describe or explain the changes in the response variable. So for instance, if you wanted to check to see if a vaccination was working, you can take the vaccination compared to placebo and say you want to try it out on American children. The subjects in this case are the American children. Response variable could be is, did the vaccination work or not after, say, 6 to 12 month period? Is there a greater percentage in the control versus the treatment group in terms of the people who are children who have the disease? And the treatment group is basically the control group as well as the vaccination group. Now, there's 3 different principles in dealing with experimental design. First one is the control any possible lurking variables that could be out there, that you don't want to get those in there to mix up your results. Randomize, you want to randomize, for instance, with the children, the example that I gave earlier, you want to randomize who gets the control, who's in the control group or who's in the treatment group. And replicate each treatment or in the control group as possible, the more the better. Now, the example, Dr. Salk, where he invented the polio vaccination, is a classic case of how to do a design experiment. He did a double-blind study where he had a placebo group, where he randomly chose a bunch of children, one to go to the vaccination group to get the polio vaccination, the other to take the placebo. And after a certain period of time, it was determined whether or not the vaccination worked. And so after a period of time, it was determined overwhelmingly that the incidence of polio were much less in the vaccination group versus the control group. So the vaccination worked. So this is a classic case of design experiment and how effective it can work, how effective it can bless the lives of people. And that concludes the lesson 2 videos. And that concludes the lesson 2 videos. Oh, this is Brother Cromer from the math department.
All right. So that is the video on part 2 for the experiments. Is that what they're talking about?
Yes. Well, who else joined?
Tim.
Hi, Tim.
Yeah,
Welcome.
hey, Tim. Good to meet you, bro. So,
No.
Can I share my screen?
sure. Let me stop sharing. So Lehigh wanted to visit today so that he can get some clarification on stuff.
Okay.
So we just started recording and just because we're supposed to meet twice a week. So we just are kind of winging it right now, but trying to figure out what the part 2 requirements are and answer any questions you may have or we may have as part of this week's meeting 1 of 2 assignment.
Okay. Let me know when you're able to see my screen.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. First thing, we need to go to part 2 and see if there is any question here. Here, we need to identify which of the sampling methods are being used in these cases. Use as a reference. These are the sampling methods. The simple random sample, which is pretty much random stuff. The systematic sample, which is selecting every 10th or every 1,000th from a population, something like that. The cluster sample is all items in one or more randomly selected clusters or blocks. I have a note here. Let me see really quick. It says that the cluster is heterogeneous sampling. Then is the stratified, which is homogeneous, divides data into similar groups. And as the first one, it is taken from each group. And the last one, the convenient sample, is one easily obtained in a less than systematic way or should be avoided whenever possible. So here, the first one, it talks about a medical student doing research of the prevalence of aspirin usage by questioning all of the patients who enter her clinic for treatment. So it seems like to be convenient because it takes advantage of the patients who are going to her clinic for treatment. Not really a method for doing that, just whoever comes. Not sure if that makes sense for you.
Honestly, I'm having a hard time understanding yet. But like I said, I'm also not up to par where I need to be for this lesson. How about you, Tim?
Yeah, so I already took the quiz and I already got 100 on it all. And so like I don't, are you asking one of the questions on the quiz? Because from what it sounded like, you were just going over the 5 different sampling types, like cluster, stratified.
Yeah, this is
random.
part 2. We are not required to work on part 2, just only go there if we have questions.
What part 2 are you talking about?
The part 2 of the
problems in part 2 of the preparation assignment.
Okay.
Yeah, the preparation assignment. So we shouldn't do this unless we have questions. But we need to do the quiz. That's for sure. Which is the next activity. So should we jump to the quiz now?
Yeah, so like that's up to you guys. Like I said, like if I can help you if you need, but I've already finished the quiz.
Are we supposed to take it together? Is that what you're thinking?
Well, yeah, so we are supposed to take it together, like for future reference. But I just know that like the first week, since everyone was having a hard time meeting and like discussing it, like get a time that worked for like everyone in the group, that he said the first week isn't like graded on our collaboration together. And so that's why I did it. And so that's why like when in the email I was trying to say let's meet Thursday so we could do that quiz together. And then we could even work on the next week quiz if we want.
Okay, one question. The quiz still is due today, right?
Yeah.
So what if we just complete this at our best and just finish the meeting? Like going to the quiz, complete the quiz. So at the end we have to do it and we have to do it together. And we complete this assignment all, well, John and I, you already did. And that's it. How that sounds?
I mean,
that's fine. I need to go over the lesson more before. I was planning on doing it in a little while because I was finishing up another class. But maybe Tim can help you with that. To be honest, I'm not of much help right now.
So you're not taking it?
I'm going to later.
Oh,
I have to some of my textbook.
Okay. Okay, we're here. Well, you are required to work together on this quiz. Each member of the group must submit his or her own answers in order to receive credit. Researchers would like to determine if reviewing material consistently within an hour after class helps students perform better on exams than if students wait to review material the day before the exam. To answer this question, the researchers are trying to determine if an observational study or an experiment would be more appropriate. They are discussing who the population would be and how they will determine which sampling method will best represent the population. Which of the 5 steps of the statistical process are the researchers currently applying? I think they are designing.
Yeah, that's correct for the first one.
Yeah, they're figuring out what are they going to do. Okay. How many opportunities we have on this? Only one?
I think you usually get 2.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
2. And you just did question 3, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And select the first option, which is design the study. They are figuring out what to do for the study.
Here, I'll read the next one as well. Just
Yeah, go ahead.
rotate on them. A researcher has collected the results of a survey where the participants were asked how many hours of TV they watch each day. The researchers tallies the frequencies for each category and mean numbers of hours watched. He then creates a histogram to help illustrate the overall distribution. Which of the 5 steps of the statistical process did the researcher apply?
I think it's the third one. They are describing the data. They are doing graphs to understand the information they got.
Well, collect data.
Okay, let me read again on my own. Okay, has collected the results.
Through them right now. Much attention is given to the process by which the data are observed. When examining data, it is also important to understand the data collection procedures. Sample is a subset or portion of the population. An example, Daniel's study design required the data be collected at the end of 10 days.
Why do you think is collect data?
No, number
Oh,
4 is
wait.
definitely describe the data.
It's describe the data. Yeah, right,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it says
I already got it right.
Okay.
it says the data has been already collected and they are working on describing. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm gonna be here, like listening with my headphones, but I'm gonna turn off my video because I'm gonna read something. So just say my name if you need me to like help you guys with anything.
Tim, give us the answers.
Okay. Mumbai, India is a quickly growing city of importance in its own country as well as the global economy. A marketing research firm has been asked by a prominent fast food restaurant to help determine if the citizens of Mumbai would support this fast food business. From a list of all registered taxpayers, 3,000 names are randomly selected. Each individual on the list is mailed a brief questionnaire. The researchers received 1,049 responses. The population is, okay, let me think on this.
3,000 each individual on the list mailed a questionnaire, but only 1,049 respond. The population is the city of Mumbai.
Okay. Yeah, I agree.
Or are they talking about? Here, let me go back and read.
Yeah, Mumbai, India is being an important country as well as the global economy. Yeah, market.
What is the population with total collection of all individuals under consideration?
Yeah, the citizens of Mumbai.
Okay.
Are you seeing my screen still?
And your screen is only showing one picture and it hasn't moved. It's frozen.
Oh no. Okay, but we're reading still.
Yeah, it's fine now.
I think it's the citizens of Mumbai.
Okay. Tim, is that what you would?
Sorry, maybe if my screen sharing is not
Yeah,
working.
number 5, I put citizens of Mumbai.
All right, thank you.
Maybe if my sharing is not working, you can share so the recording has your
Sure. Oh, actually, I can see it. I was lying. All right, I'll read the next one. Number 6. Mumbai, India is a quickly growing city of importance in its own country. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, that's right. Mumbai, India is a quickly growing city of importance in its own country as well as the global economy. A marketing research firm has been asked by the prominent fast food restaurant to help determine if the citizens of Mumbai would support this fast food business. From a list of all registered taxpayers, 3,000 names are randomly selected. Each individual on the list is mailed a brief questionnaire. The researchers received 1,049 responses. The sample is 1,049 people who respond.
Yeah, agree.
Okay. Number 7.
Let me go there.
Do you want me to read one?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, I'll read this one. Question 7. Studies have shown that retention of classroom materials could drop as low as 58% within 15 minutes of class and within 44% after the first hour after class. This forgetting curve continues so that within 6 days, only 25% is remembered. How can a student conquer this forgetting curve? The researchers in this study claim that constant review is important. Suppose your teacher wanted to test this and invited you to participate in a study where you were asked to review specific material 15 minutes after class for 10 minutes, an hour after class for 10 minutes, and then again 2 days after class for 10 minutes. Your teacher then gives you a short 10-question quiz where your score out of 10 is recorded. What type of data is your teacher collecting?
Remind me what categorical data is.
Categorical would be like shoes, t-shirts, pants, hats, etc., etc. Those are categories.
Quantitative.
Quantitative is like 1 through 1,000 or whatever.
So she's collecting the test results, so I think it's quantitative.
Agree. Because of the scores. Okay, so we agree it is quantitative, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Hope the next one is short. Okay, it's the same reading.
Do you want? I can keep reading if you guys don't want to. I don't care.
I'll read this. Studies have shown the retention of classroom material can drop as low as 58% within 15 minutes. 44% after the first hour of class. This forgetting curve continues so that in 6 days, only 25%. The researchers in this study claim that constant review is important. So I invited you to a study where you were asked to review specific material 15 minutes after class for 10 minutes, an hour after class for 10 minutes, and then again 2 days after class for 10 minutes. After the 6th day, your teacher asks you if you feel confident that you have retained at least 50% of the material. You then record your response, what type of data you're collecting. Well,
It is categorical
Yeah. Because
because,
categories, yes, no, not sure.
okay.
gotcha. All right, you want to do 9, Lehigh?
Yes. Studies have shown that retention of classroom materials can drop as low as 58% within 15 minutes of class and within 44% after the first hour after class. This forgetting curve continues so that within 6 days, only 25% is remembered. How can a student conquer this forgetting curve? The researchers in this study claim that constant review is important. Suppose your teacher wanted to test this and invited you to participate in a study where you were asked to review a specific material 15 minutes after class for 10 minutes, and an hour after class for 10 minutes, and then again 2 days after class for 10 minutes. Your teacher also selects a group to give no review to the material over the 6 days. This group is called the control group.
All right, number 10. You want to read that one too?
So we are requested about the group that is not reviewing the material.
Yeah, the control.
Yeah, the control group. I think it's control group.
Me too.
Okay. Next
All
one.
right, I'll read 10. Which following would be considered an experimental design? A telephone poll asking people whether or not they vaccinate their children.
No.
Administering the tuberculosis vaccine to one group
I think that's the one.
and giving a placebo to another. An experimental design. Administering the vaccine to one group and giving a placebo to another. Is
Agree.
that wrong?
I agree.
Is that what
I agree because,
you put?
yeah, that one, because it's doing an experiment there, making something different in one part and than the normal stuff on the other.
Okay.
Question 11. In a study to determine the average wage of working people in Mumbai, which of the following would be the best sample? Let's see. Every 10 worker that you meet as you travel the street of Mumbai, all of the workers in one working district of Mumbai, many randomly selected workers in each of several working districts of Mumbai,
That's
all
what
of
I put.
female workers.
I put many random selected workers in each of the several groups.
The third one, right? Many randomly selected workers in each of several working districts.
Yes. That's what I put.
Okay.
Number 12, you want to become the next Jonas Salk and produce a vaccine that will help cure children of respiratory syncytial virus. You test the vaccine and compare it to a placebo and randomly choose one group of children to take the vaccine and one group to take the placebo. What or who are the experimental units or subjects?
Children.
Yes.
Who is next?
I can read it. It says, you want to become the next Jonas Salk and produce a vaccine that will help cure children of respiratory syncytial virus. You test the vaccine and compare it to a placebo and randomly choose one group of children to take the vaccine and one group to take the placebo. What are the treatments?
Put the placebo in the vaccine.
The vaccine, right? And the placebo.
It's either that or the number. No, it's not the number.
I
It's
think.
got to be the vaccine.
I think
No, it's a vaccine and a placebo.
Okay, I agree.
All right, I'll do 14. In 1992, the U.S. government supported a study that was run for 15 years where 4,608 low-income families were given a chance to move to less impoverished areas. They distributed vouchers and provided permanent poor neighborhoods would reduce the poverty level of U.S. citizens. I don't think it helped. Maybe. Some families were randomly assigned to one of the following three. 1, NPO low poverty voucher group. 2, traditional voucher group. And 3, the control group. This was an observational study, right?
This is an experiment, right?
That's what I think. I think it's an observational study.
Nah, this one's an experiment.
Because it says that they wanted to see what would happen.
Yeah, but they are introducing.
They're changing the factors, so they're changing what's happening, so they're not just observing what's happening.
So
They're changing the factors by giving them the vouchers and different things.
Yeah, I agree. Match the following. Okay, let's see. Okay, step 4 would be make inferences. Which is number 5.
one is study. So step
Yeah, look at this. They tell you the first letter of the answer. Step 4, more, start with M, so it's make inference.
Step 2 is collect data.
Step 2 is collect data, which is number 1 in my case. Step 3, discern, is describe the data, number 4. Step 1, Daniel, is design the study, which is 3. Step 5, truth, is the take action, which is number 2. Okay, we are done. Let's see what happened. Save all responses.
Good.
So we're done with today meeting, right?
Yeah. I'll post. Sorry, and thank you, Tim, for coming on and joining us. Just
Yeah, just to help out a little bit.
help.
So we're gonna meet Thursday at 8.
Yeah, I think we will.
I am fine. I'm fine with that timing.
Okay, let's
Say that
plan
again.
for Thursday at 8 then.
Yeah, I agree. Thursday,
Okay.
8 Mountain Time.
Yeah.
We should do the preparation activity by then for lesson 3.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks, guys. And oh, by the way, we didn't have an opening prayer. Maybe we can say a closing one.
Yes,
Would you like to say it, Lehigh?
sure. Let me go.
You should say it in Spanish.
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah.
I'll go. Padre Celestial, te damos gracias por la oportunidad que nos diste de tener esta junta de equipo para hacer nuestra actividad de grupo para la lección 2. Gracias porque pudimos reunirnos, por lo que aprendimos y porque pudimos completar la actividad. Bendícenos, Padre, para seguir adelante estudiando y poniendo nuestro esfuerzo en cumplir con nuestras actividades. En el nombre de Jesucristo, amén.
Amen.
Hey, good night, brother.
Okay, not sure how much did you understand from that?
Well, I started my mission
Say that
Spanish
again.
at 18, so
Oh, good. Where at?
McAllen, Texas.
McAllen, Texas. Good.
Lehigh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's right on the other side of Matamoros.
Yeah, Tamaulipas.
Yep.
So I'm in Monterrey, not too far from there.
So you weren't affected by this last earthquake that happened today?
Yeah, I'm aware of the earthquake in Mexico.
Yeah, the one that happened just today.
Yeah, it was hard.
All right then.
So,
See you guys Thursday at 8.
See you. Thank you very much for your time
All right, bye.
and your willingness. See you then.
good night, Lehigh.
Bye. Bye, John. Bye.